Winter is quickly coming. Hey guys, welcome to this quick video where we're going to compare 2 bags of potty mix from Walmart. First frost will be here before I know it, and I've got to start bringing some plants indoors for winter. So I picked up 2 bags of potty mix from Walmart that I wanted to try out and see how they would do for my indoor plants. Both of these bags have never been outdoors, so there shouldn't be any weird critters in there. The soil doesn't feel wet. So we're going to cut them open and I'm going to examine them and see how they look. Sometimes I have really bad luck buying indoor potty mix, and I'm hopeful that these 2 will be usable and acceptable by my plants. Now, they both ran about, in my location, $9.99 a bag, and they're both 8 quarts. So I'm just going to make a slit in each and let you see what's inside. And there we go. So this first one here, Mother Earth, looks like it's got some perlite in it. Let me smell it. Definitely smells like potty mix. Hopefully that'll dissipate a little bit because I just opened it. Even though it's just, yeah, seems like it might retain moisture okay because it still doesn't feel like dry hydrophobic soil to me. So maybe that's a good thing. It does look rich. My husband's going to kill me. We just mopped the floor this morning. Actually, he did. I'm not going to lie. Now, this one seems to feel more moisture content, but you can see I don't see any perlite. So that might be something to keep in mind when you're choosing which of these you want to use for indoor plants, because some plants like more moisture than others. This is definitely rich and dark. Yeah, I got to give him credit when he does chores. He did mop, which that's great, right? Everybody should take turns. My lighting is not that great. There we go. You can see it is really dark. It is almost as dark as the black packaging on the outside of the bag. So I'm going to take these outside, clean up the mess I made. I was planning on not making a mess, but you know, I'm just very messy prone, I guess. So we're going to get these outside. I'm going to start potting up and bringing some plants in. It is November the 1st, and the next 10 days does not seem to have a frost yet, but you never know. It could sneak up on us, so we need to get prepared. We're going to start with these volunteer petunias I have growing in one pot. There's 3 of them. We're going to use the sunshine mix. I'm going to use these clean pots, and they're going to go in my kitchen window when we're done. So I started filling up the containers, and you can see that the soil is on the dry side. I gave it a sniff. Not much odor in this brand. So I'm going to soak the soil for quite a bit because it is hydrophobic and it is repelling the water. So we're going to water and let it sit in this container of water. While we're waiting, I'm going to move on to this wishbone plant. It was also a volunteer that I just happened to find in my front flower pot, and I potted it up about a month or so ago into this little pot. You can see our other plants there in the background just waiting and soaking up that water. So I'm going to use this pot, the same pot, after I thoroughly cleaned it, rinsed it, and look at that beautiful blue pansy there. We're going to go with the Mother Earth soil for this one. And you can see a difference in how the water moves through the soil. That was the first time I added water. And you can see it doesn't have the same properties as far as being hydrophobic as the other soil. So that is a big plus for me. And I'm just going to put these guys off to the side while we go work on our next volunteer plant, which is a volunteer snapdragon vine. And so for this container, which I did also clean thoroughly and rinsed, I'm going to do a combo of both of the soils. You may be noticing a theme in that I am collecting volunteer plants from outdoors to bring in as indoor house plants for the winter. And guess what? They're going to be repurposed again, and next late spring they will go outside and become plants again outside. So in this area, I grew snapdragon vines last year, and I know there's at least 1 or 2 volunteers. And there we go. There is one. We're going to pot him up. This is a keeper plant for me. I do love this plant. Next year, though, I will put it in a more sunnier location. So something you didn't see, and what I'm doing with every volunteer plant that I bring into my house, I'm soaking it just to get rid of pests, eggs, etc. Here in just a few minutes or less, I'm going to show you an update 5 days later of what the plants look like indoors in my house. I did let them sit here on this chair for quite a while until probably sunset to drain off any excess water. Because remember, they did sit in water for a really long time to try to hydrate that soil. So we've got a volunteer snapdragon vine, wishbone, and 3 little petunia babies that will be in my house all winter and then come back out in the spring. So for my opinion, I'm going to go with the Mother Earth soil. I think that's going to be best for me. Okay, so it's 5 days later. This is the snapdragon vine. You can see he's really growing towards the light. I think he's actually grown a little bit. He looks a little bigger to me, longer, and more leaves coming out down here. This soil still feels moist, and this was a combination of the two. And then the wishbone here in the back, he still actually feels nice and moist. He did not look too well when we started. Remember, he had already flowered and dropped all of his seeds. He doesn't look too well, to be honest. It is a rough transition to come inside, so I'm not sure if he will make it or not. We'll just have to give him some time to see. Now let's go look at those petunias. All right, I'm up on a chair so that I could climb up and show you these guys in the window. You can see that they are alive and they look okay. The soil, I just felt it. It still actually feels kind of moist, but I'm going to go ahead, since I'm up here on the chair, give them a couple quick little mist of this little misting bottle. Now this plant was much smaller when I planted it. All right, well, this was the dark compost that had the bear on the front of it. And yeah, I think it's going to be okay as well. It did not have any of the perlite, but at this moment it seems pretty moist. So hopefully the plants will be happy. Overall, both soils seemed okay. I do think I have a preference, though, to the Mother Earth because I did like all of the perlite in there, and it seemed to really control and retain moisture. All right, guys, hope you found this useful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.